What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Gakis, and today we've got some brand spanking new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, revealing official information. And so, let's get started. Now, first things first, what's been going on this week for Destiny 2? Well, really not much. On the Tuesday weekly reset, we had the continuation of the episode Heresy storyline. I believe this week could even be the finale, but keep in mind, guys, we actually have a lot of episode Heresy to go, right? Starting on May 6th, we have the Rite of the Nine, which is like the free dungeon event, and then later in the summer, we finally have the Codename Frontiers DLC come out. But episode Heresy is technically ongoing for all that time until that Frontiers DLC comes out, so we might see some more stuff coming with episode Heresy closer to when it's actually ending. But again, we had some story content, and that's about it. Now, moving on to the brand new information in the TWAB, what Bungie first talks about is what we really had going on this week, and that is brand new information on Marathon, Bungie's upcoming brand new game. So in the last weekly update video I made, I mentioned that the Marathon official account had put out this very weird tweet. Well, this turned out to be the start of a massive ARG puzzle. People were looking at, pixels and deciphering codes that would unlock new websites and brand new Marathon-related Twitter accounts. People were listening to music and using the tempo of the music. It was an absolutely crazy puzzle, but it all finally culminated in a brand new teaser trailer, so let's take a look at it. And so, there you go, guys. This Saturday, April 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific, we have the official Marathon gameplay reveal stream. So, a lot of questions about this new game will be answered in only a few days. Also, when this trailer finally released, we also got confirmation that a bunch of content creators, people like Dr. Lupo, Jeff Keighley, and so on, were actually invited to play Marathon. So, potentially, we're going to have, an embargo lifting for a bunch of content creators. And again, they're putting out their Marathon gameplay. Maybe. That's all speculation. Now, there's also some speculation that potentially there might be something playable on that Saturday, because people are saying that they're able to download Marathon, or at least download something related to Marathon already in the Xbox storefront. Now, a lot of other people have come out to dispute that, and kind of the current rumor from Tom Henderson, who's like a big game leaker, is essentially that there will be a sign up for an alpha that goes live on that April as well. But we really don't know. Again, all we know is that gameplay reveal, and overall, honestly, I think the game looks awesome. The art direction has been going pretty viral on Twitter and so on, people saying like, this is actually like the most unique, coolest looking game I've seen in quite a while. Some people admittedly do not like it, but man, it is far from bland, let's just say that. Now, The final thing related to Marathon that we're talking about today is that if you do decide to tune in to that Saturday gameplay reveal livestream on Twitch, if you watch for at least 15 minutes, you will earn this exclusive emblem for Destiny 2, guys. And there's also a new Twitch badge that you can see right here. Now, moving on from there to the Destiny 2 stuff, again, Bungie talks about the new story content this week and does mention that this was the conclusion of the story, so I guess that's that. But they then say, with Heresy's narrative arc complete, it's time to prepare for what's to come. We'll start with Rite of the Nine in a few weeks, a very special reprise of dungeons, and then move on to our next big content drop, Codename Frontiers, coming in summer 2025. We'll have a lot more to share with you all in the coming weeks. However, that sentence was not originally published in the TWAB. It actually said this, that Codename Frontiers is coming later in 2025. This kind of caused a mini firestorm when people were like, oh my goodness, is it going to be like the tail end of 2025? Is Codename Frontiers getting delayed? But then, as you can see here, Bungie said, whoopsie, like we'll kind of go and update this, and it is still on track for summer 2025. And this should also dispel, there's been a lot of rumors about this DLC getting delayed, but if it was going to be delayed, obviously Bungie wouldn't change it back to summer, or at least, you know, they still think it's not getting delayed. So big rumor squashed right there, guys. Now, they also mentioned that they've partnered with a Displate if you want to grab those big metal posters with some episode Heresy art, guys. Now, moving on from there, they talk about Double the Exalted, Twice the Truth, guys. Trials of Osiris is coming back tomorrow, April 11th, with the Exalted Truth as the featured reward. And they also point out that this week it is double Crucible rewards, so if you are playing Trials of Osiris, you will be getting showered in Crucible loot, guys. And finally, they reveal that the map will be the Eventide Labs. Now, moving on from there, they have a restrictions and bans policies update. So they say Bungie's product security team is constantly updating tools, methods, and abilities to action cheaters within Destiny 2. This week, we are updating our account restriction and ban policies to allow for the next iteration in our ability to combat bad actors within PvP and PvE activities. Going forward, permanent account bans and temporary restrictions will be implemented manually and through a new automated process. Previously, all actions against accounts in the form of bans or restrictions needed to be manually approved by a Bungie employee. This could create some lag time between cheaters being detected and exited from the game. The new processes should help speed the process up in many ways and help to keep our ecosystem a bit cleaner. We understand that there will be some anxiety around automated processes, but our team isn't just setting a robot out to wreak havoc in our player base. We're building these detections from the ground up, training our robot to identify and action cheaters, and will even be auditing actions from time to time to ensure it hasn't gone rampant. If we find inconsistencies or improper actions taken, we'll be sure to reverse punishments immediately and fix up any issues that are found. To say again, in more professional terms, automated processes are developed by Bungie, rigorously reviewed, and validated prior to implementation to ensure appropriate actions are taken. Investing in further automation allows us a further reach in preventing cheaters from ruining the experience for legitimate players. The appeals process will remain the same and is designed to help us further refine our tools for detecting and punishing players who violate our terms of use and the code of conduct. So that's actually a big deal, guys. Up until this point, it's always been an actual Bungie employee who goes in there and is manually banning people. So again, like, there's been times where it seems like the game is infested by cheaters, and so even if Bungie is as on top of it as they can be, it's still going to take a long time for an actual person to be banning those accounts individually. So switching over to an automated system, people have said this for so long, right? Have you ever seen a cheater in PvP have like unlimited ammo, or PvE I should say, like they're shooting a xenophage at 1,000 rounds per minute? Well, you could easily write an automated system that says, hey, if you shoot a weapon at double the fire rate that it's programmed to be in the game, that's an automatic ban. And like maybe some weird crazy glitch happened that allows it to happen, but then you just reverse all those bans, obviously. Like if you shoot 1,000 grenade launcher shots in the Crucible, obviously you're cheating. You don't need a real person to go in and say, well, in this Crucible game, he shot 350 xenophage shots. Let's see if it's legit. It's obviously not legit. No one's getting 350 xenophage shots in one Crucible game, okay? So, like, clearly you can have that automation to detect really weird things that cheaters do. But what do you guys think? Will this finally reduce the problem of cheaters in Destiny 2? But moving on from there, guys, the last thing I want to talk about, I thought was going to be in the known issues, but I actually don't see it here. But it is quite important, and it involves this tweet right here, guys. If you are going for the title for episode Heresy, some of the collectibles are actually not available. And the original speculation is like, oh, there's more coming, right? There's actually going to be like a secret mission or something coming potentially in a later week. But it appears that that's not the case. They're just glitched, and they will be made available at a later date. So there you go. Guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.